Welcome to the second episode of our college football recap for the 2023 through 24 season. We are kicking things off not with a game, but with a coach. Texas A&M fired national championship winning coach Jimbo Fisher. The fact that they fired him isn't as insane as the fact that his buyout was $76 million. Now we're going to jump into Auburn's big game versus Arkansas in Fayetteville. Auburn was playing on an entirely different level than they have been the whole year. They beat Arkansas 48-10. Peyton Thorne's passing isn't even his shining moment. His ability to read edge rushers and blow through defenders is really what dominated this game. He ran for 88 yards and a touchdown. However, Arkansas played their most embarrassing game of the season on both sides of the ball. KJ Jefferson threw for 116 yards. Nothing was clicking at all for Arkansas. Head coach Sam Pittman will more than likely be gone after this year.
We're moving on to another blowout between the hedges in Athens, Georgia. Number 2 Georgia shocked a lot of people, dominating number 9 Ole Miss 52-17. Star tight end Brock Bowers, coming off an ankle injury, had 3 receptions for 34 yards and 1 touchdown. Most people didn't think he would recover so fast from this injury, but he did and started the game as well. Lab McConkey, wide receiver for Georgia, had 4 catches for 81 yards with 1 touchdown, and Georgia as a whole team had 5 rushing touchdowns. Ole Miss was expected to at least keep it somewhat close, but they didn't. Jackson Dart threw for 112 yards and an interception, which isn't necessarily his fault because he did get injured. And Quinshon Judkins carried the Rebels running for 75 yards and the only 2 touchdowns. Ole Miss fell out of the top 10 to number 13, and Georgia is back on top of the college football playoffs at number 1.
In Lexington, Kentucky, number 8 Alabama beat down an unranked Kentucky 49-21. This game went just as expected in my opinion. Alabama is better than what people thought they were going to be. Jalen Milroe had 6 touchdowns with 3 of those coming off the ground game. It seems like Nick Saban benching him versus USF really made him want to work harder. Kentucky's defense has struggled all season long, and it showed this week. Offensively, Devin Leary didn't look great, throwing the ball for 158 yards and a touchdown with an interception. Alabama will remain number 8 until Texas loses.
In Happy Valley in Century County, Pennsylvania, Michigan surprised a lot of people, beating number 10 Penn State. Every odd was against Michigan this week. They were missing their head coach, they were playing in the loudest stadium in the country, and it was terrible. However, against all odds, Michigan prevailed, beating Penn State 24-15. Heisman candidate J.J. McCarthy only threw the ball 8 times for 60 yards. However, Blake Corum ran for 145 yards and 2 touchdowns. Penn State barely did anything offensively. Drew Aller threw for 70 yards and a touchdown and ran for 49 with a touchdown. Jim Harbaugh will not be back until the conference championship week, so Michigan has to lock in. That concludes our second episode of our college football recap.
I'm Eli Stonebreaker.
And I'm Austin Spence, and we will see you in 2 weeks.